Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Data Dnan. Okay, in this series of lectures, we are going to discuss more practical way, Spark with more practical way, not theoretical way. Okay, but to have some brief introduction about Spark, what is Hadoop and what is Spark, we will discuss this in this session. But apart from this, we will have only practical sessions only. Okay, so let's start with what is Spark and what is Hadoop. First of all, to understand Spark, we need to know like what is Hadoop. Okay, so Hadoop is an open source distributed processing framework that manages data processing and storage for big data applications in scalable clusters of computer servers. So actually, in brief, what I can say, it helps us to process and manage and storage big data applications. Okay, for processing the big data we need to have the Hadoop. Okay, I mean to say Hadoop is a framework that helps us to managing the data processing and storage for big data applications. Okay, so then what is this Hadoop? What is it contains? Actually, Hadoop contains three things. Okay, three things this Hadoop contains. Okay, one is storage. Okay, storage. Actually, the storage. Sorry, the storage can be our local storage. Okay, that can be HDFS or that can be Amazon S3. Okay, and second thing it provides us as part of Hadoop we have MapReduce. Okay, which is used for computations, or you can say processing. Okay, as part of Hadoop by default we have MapReduce, and third one is like what I can say a resource manager. That resource manager can be Yarn, Mesos, and Kubernetes. Yeah, there are multiple resource managers. So, yeah. So, actually, these are the three things Hadoop provides us. Okay. Then, actually, what Spark is? Spark is an replacement of this MapReduce. Then what I mean, like we can replace this MapReduce with Spark. Then what Spark is? Spark is a computational unit. Okay, means it is used for computation purpose. Okay, and the official definition of Spark is general purpose. I will tell like what is general purpose. General purpose in memory computational unit, computational engine. What you can say. So what okay, what general purpose means? Actually, there are few things like we have scoop to import the data, Hayu for querying a data, but these two things can be done with Spark as well. Spark can do querying a data, import the data, process a data. So that's why Spark is a general purpose. Okay, and in memory. It's like actually Spark does all the computations in memory, means it brings all the data into memory and then it processes it. Okay, and it's a computational unit. So this is how the official definition of Spark is there, or what we can say Spark is an plug and play engine. Okay, actually it needs two things. One is storage and second one is a resource manager. Okay, actually yeah, in case of then what is the difference between Spark and MapReduce? This is what the question will come, right? Spark versus MapReduce. Actually, Spark does in-memory computations. So what it does, it will take a data. So first disk IO will happen. Means like one disk IO for reading a data, and it does all the processing, and it reverts back. It writes data which requires one disk IO. Means disk input output. Okay. So only two disk IOs are required in case of Spark, but in case of MapReduce, it takes a data, okay, for first time, it processes it, and it move back to uh, HDFS locations, and again it takes a data for different operation. It takes a data from from a location to memory, and it processes it and it moves back to that. So actually, because of that, consider if you have five operations, okay. So in case of MapReduce, for each operation we will have two disk IOs, so total 10 disk IOs are there. Okay, and in case of in case of Spark, there will be only two disk IOs. Whatever operations you want to do, you can do. As you know, in terms of Hadoop, when we store a data, it gets stored in the form of blocks. Okay, in Hadoop, data gets stored in the form of blocks. Okay, but when you as I told, like Spark loads the data into memory, then actually that becomes partitions. Okay, in the form of partitions, it loads the data into memory. And actually the basic unit which holds the data into memory, which is called as RDD, which is basic thing in Spark, resilient distributed data set. This is the basic thing in Spark.